Whenever the name of America comes in your mind, it presents a view of beautiful roads, good environment, and cleanliness. But with the passage of time, it is no longer so. It is one of the best cities in America. But now it's all like a dream. The infrastructure has been destroyed. The garbage has polluted the environment. Drunkenness has strengthened its foothold, and crime has become as common. Not only this, water, electricity, and drainage systems have also been destroyed. These cities were considered to be among the good cities of America, which are today a heap of filth, and the native people here have been forced to say this.
It does not feel like America anymore.
There was beauty all around. Now there is a kingdom of evil. Today I will tell you about the 10 cities of America that are stuck in all these problems and are currently not able to come out of these problems. So if you are new to the channel, do not forget to subscribe. Moving on to the video. Kansas City, Missouri has a violent crime rate that's high, especially in some of its neighborhoods. Even when normalized to population, the city's crime rate is a cause for concern, with regular instances of assault and robbery. Its regular inclusion among lists of risky cities indicates deeper systemic issues shared by other troubled urban centers. Baltimore is often ranked as one of the most violent cities in the United States because of high levels of violent crime, such as homicides and assaults, that are largely fueled by gang activity and drug crimes. The city has a large population loss, which has kept many communities neglected and has fueled criminal hotspots because of underinvestment and lack of monitoring. Baltimore was the second largest declining city in the U.S. in 2019, and its population fell further in 2023. Flint, population 81,252, is ridden with economic struggle, where the median household income for 2023 stands at $33,141, and 46.9% of the population lives in poverty among school-aged children. The city's best-known crisis is its water infrastructure, where switching water sources without adequate treatment caused lead contamination on a large scale, disproportionately harming vulnerable communities. This crisis, fueled by an oversized water system and excessive rates, inflicted irrevocable damage, especially on children. Flint has been named a city in which inequality is arresting, with life expectancy 15 years shorter than in an adjacent zip code. Food deserts are also major concerns. The Flint Public Schools District earned a C rating. Flint was once a thriving industrial town, the home of General Motors, but it went through decades of deindustrialization, beginning in the 1980s, which resulted in huge unemployment and loss of population, as it was almost entirely reliant on GM. This deindustrialization, combined with racism and poverty, set the stage for the city's problems today. In spite of these difficulties, community efforts, like those funded by the Ruth Mott Foundation, are educating nonprofit organizations and community residents to work together on rejuvenation projects with a focus on restoration of community vibrancy. Youngstown, with a population of 59,108 in 2023, has dire economic issues, such as a median income of $21,304 and a very high poverty rate of 36.2%. In May of 2025, the city had an unemployment rate of 6.7%. The violent crime rates are high, between 250 and 289.25 per 100,000 individuals in 2023. Food deserts are an issue, with poor access to reasonable, healthy food. Youngstown City School District graded a C-, with low math and reading achievement. Youngstown's infrastructure, constructed for a much larger population, stretches municipal capacity to the point of high maintenance expenses and problems such as excessively wide streets. Youngstown, historically, Steel Town, USA, experienced severe deindustrialization, most notably Black Monday in 1977, when a large steel mill shut down, resulting in massive job loss and an identity crisis. Revitalization initiatives are driven by the Community Planning and Economic Development (CPED) department, which seeks to enhance neighborhoods and economic prospects. The Smart 2 Network project is making downtown streets more pedestrian-friendly and cyclist-friendly by right-sizing them, with the goal of creating a thriving downtown and attract development. Jackson, with a falling population of 149,827 in 2023, has a 2023 median household income of $43,238 and a 26.8% poverty rate. The city has experienced extreme public safety issues, being dubbed America's murder capital in 2021, with 99.5 murders per 100,000 citizens. Yet, by mid-May 2025, the police chief reported that murders had fallen by 50% compared to 2024, thanks to police and community efforts. Jackson has been beset by a bad water crisis through its aging, neglected water system, resulting in boil water advisories and shutoffs. Widespread repair work is currently underway, but long-term stability remains in order, and litigation is ongoing about how almost $100 million in a 2020 settlement was spent. The crisis has been viewed by some as a matter of environmental racism. Mississippi and Jackson have poor health outcomes based on social determinants such as food security, transportation, and education. The Jackson Public School District, JPS, had a C grade with low math and reading levels. A very large 95.99% of JPS students are Black or African American, and 99% are eligible for free or reduced lunch, underlining the disproportionate effect of socioeconomic issues. Historically, the Farish Street District, a leading Black economic center, saw economic ruin following the Civil Rights Act of 1964, as integration caused Black consumer. Revitalization plans involve Cooperation Jackson's Sustainable Communities Initiative to stabilize rents, offer affordable green housing, and initiate living wage jobs through cooperative business. Camden, with 71,100 people living there in 2023, is severely challenged. Its 2023 median household income was $22,197, and its 2022 poverty level was remarkably high at 35.7%. The rate of unemployment in May of 2025 was 9.1%. Camden has traditionally had a high crime rate, but recent measures have brought about a historic reduction in violent crime, reduced by 22.5% in 2024, thanks to community outreach initiatives. 1/3 of the residents are food insecure, with structural racism and disinvestment at its roots. Camden is a medically underserved community with more rates of chronic diseases and without adequate mental health and substance abuse services. Camden City Public Schools was graded C-, where 5% of students are proficient in math and 10% in reading, and has an anticipated $91 million budget shortfall resulting in layoffs. Digital disparities disproportionately impact marginalized groups. Camden's infrastructure has aging sewer systems that cause combined sewer overflows when it rains heavily, dumping raw sewage into rivers. The city fell far from its late 1950s peak after industrial closures and white flight were exacerbated by freeway construction, forcing out non-white families. Revitalization activity involves a move away from manufacturing and towards medical and educational concentrations. The Camden Promise Zone program, with a concentration on economic activity, education, public health, and crime reduction, and community policing initiatives. St. Louis City's 2022 per capita income was $55,771, with a poverty rate of 18.5% and an unemployment rate of 3.1%. The city consistently ranks high in violent crime, though 2024 saw 150 homicides, the lowest in 11 years, and overall crime down 15%. Missouri's healthcare system, including St. Louis, ranks 43rd nationally, with low-income residents more likely to report poor health. St. Louis Public Schools, SLPS, received a C grade, with only 12% of students proficient in math and 19% in reading. The district faced a severe bus driver shortage, leading to delayed routes and concerns about student retention. Aging sewer systems are a major infrastructure challenge, highlighted by recent sinkholes, prompting a $7.2 billion improvement project. Historically, St. Louis experienced significant decline post-WWIE due to deindustrialization and suburbanization, with urban renewal projects often failing to stem population loss and sometimes shifting blight. Revitalization efforts include the Choice Neighborhoods Initiative, CNI, which received a $29.5 million HUD grant in 2016 to revitalize 5 near Northside neighborhoods, focusing on affordable housing, amenities, and resident opportunities. Memphis is home to 618,639 people as of 2023 and boasts a median per capita income of $32,583 and the second worst poverty rate in big U.S. cities at 27.8%. High poverty neighborhoods are plagued by nearly 1/4 of housing units being unoccupied. The May 2025 unemployment rate was 4.6%, though high poverty neighborhood prime age unemployment runs nearly twice the city's average. Memphis repeatedly appears on the list of U.S. cities with the highest crime rates. Violent crimes declined by 9.0% in early 2025, yet property crimes grew by 19.5%. The violent crime rate is roughly 2,380 incidents per 100,000 population. Food deserts hit the city's African American population disproportionately, 62%, where 115,980 Shelby County residents were food insecure in 2019. Healthcare dollars are vulnerable due to possible federal reductions, and Memphis has the second highest rate of HIV infection in the country. Memphis Shelby County Schools, MSCS, graduated 81.5% of students in 2022-23, but struggles with student safety gangs, drug use, bullying, and a state forensic audit related to fiscal issues. Historically, the 1964 Civil Rights Act, as much a success as it was for equality, economically destroyed such historically black commercial areas as Farish Street by diverting black spending into integrated businesses. Contemporary strategies involve utilizing land banks to fight blight and continued public safety measures. Cleveland, a Rust Belt city, continues to recover from deindustrialization with a 2023 median household income of $39,187 and a high poverty rate of 30.8%. Its May 2025 unemployment rate was 5.80%, higher than the state average. Much of Cleveland's infrastructure, built before World War II, is aging, with 49% of roads in poor condition, costing drivers an average of $887 annually. Public transportation struggles to serve the population due to shifts in residential patterns and aging infrastructure, limiting access to opportunities. Cleveland faces high violent crime rates, though homicides decreased by 43% in 2024. Approximately 50% of residents live in food deserts, with 60% of those affected being non-white, exacerbating health and social inequality. The Cleveland Metropolitan School District, CMSD, has a C grade with low academic proficiency and a projected budget shortfall of up to $150 million, threatening school closures. Racial inequities persist in broadband internet adoption, with significantly lower rates in black majority neighborhoods. Historically, Cleveland's decline is linked to post-World War II deindustrialization and suburbanization. Current efforts like the Neighborhood Transformation Initiative, NTI, aim to foster development and renovate homes while emphasizing the retention and upliftment of racial minorities. Detroit faces considerable economic challenges, with a median household income of $39,575 in 2023 and a poverty rate of 31.5%. This arises from a legacy of deindustrialization, white flight, and discriminatory measures such as redlining, which weakened the tax base and encouraged poverty. The city faces a prevalent issue of housing deterioration, noticeable through empty lots and boarded-up houses. Transportation insecurity impacts 36% of residents, over twice the national average, restricting access to jobs, healthcare, and education. Detroit is among the most digitally isolated cities, with 40% of residents without home internet access, worsening socioeconomic and racial disparities. Violent crime rates are still high. However, statistics from early 2024 showed a notable drop in homicides, down by 19%, and non-fatal shootings fell by 25% as a result of joint initiatives. Food insecurity impacts 69% of households, and the city is termed a food swamp because of restricted access to healthy food, leading to an obesity rate of 41%. Access to healthcare is difficult, as 94% of the population resides in regions with a lack of health professionals. The Detroit Public Schools Community District, DPSCD, earned a C rating, showing poor proficiency in reading and math, and is now confronting federal budget cuts that jeopardize essential programs for its economically disadvantaged students. In spite of these difficulties, Detroit is working to enhance its conditions through efforts such as the Neighborhood Beautification Program, a $1 billion commitment to affordable housing, and community-driven initiatives to offer accessible internet services.